This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and tonight is the Harbaugh Bowl. Jim versus John. It's the Ravens taking on the Chargers. It's the third meeting between the Harbaugh brothers, with John holding the 2-0 advantage. One of those meetings was Super Bowl 47, which saw John's Ravens win their second Lombardi trophy. It's a big game for both teams. John and the Ravens can pull within a half game of the Steelers in the AFC North with a victory. Lamar Jackson is coming off his worst game of the year. The Ravens scored a season-low 16 points against Pittsburgh. That was the league's second best scoring defense. Tonight they take on the league's top scoring defense. But the league's top scoring defense have not stopped Jackson in his career. He's 3-0, averaging just under 30 points a game, with 4 passing TDs and 4 rushing TDs. But Jim and the Chargers, they seek their 5th straight win. And a lot of the success has fallen on Justin Herbert and the offense. Through the first 4 weeks of the season, the Chargers QB eclipsed 150 passing yards just once. But over the last 6 games, Herbert has thrown for over 250 yards 4 times. And lucky for the Chargers, tonight they match up against the league's worst passing defense. So a lot on the line for both teams tonight, and you can of course catch the action on TSN. Kickoff is at 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific. Let's take a quick rip through Sunday's big stories. The Eagles have now won 7 games in a row after beating the Rams Sunday night, largely in part to Saquon Barkley's career game. Barkley set an Eagles record with 255 yards on the ground, which included a 70 and a 72-yard touchdown run. And the Kansas City Chiefs did it again. They won at the buzzer. For the 8th time this season, Kansas City has won by a 1-score margin. Patrick Mahomes moves to 19-4 in games after a loss in the same season. And here's a stat: the Chiefs have now won 10 games for the 10th straight season. They're just the 3rd team in NFL history to do that. And the Lions' incredible run continues as Detroit moves to 10-1 on the season after a 24-6 win over the Colts. The Lions are 10-1 for the first time in 90 years. 1934, their inaugural season, was the last time they started 10-1, but they won't have much rest, and you can catch them just a few days from now on American Thanksgiving Thursday. The Lions take on the Bears at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and next up is the Giants taking on the Cowboys at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And the night ends with the Dolphins and the Packers at 8:20. And of course, you can catch all of that action right here on TSN. We've got 3 Canadian teams in action tonight and 1 all-Canadian matchup. So let's start with the Flames taking on the Sens. Calgary has been one of the surprising teams so far this season. They currently sit 2nd in the Pacific and have won 4 in a row. The crazy thing about the Flames' hot start is who's been producing for them. Rasmus Andersson and Mackenzie Weegar are 1 and 2 with 13 and 12 points. And Nazem Kadri and Jonathan Huberdeau are the top forwards with 11 points each. The goaltending has been stellar as well, with Dustin Wolf ranking 10th in goals saved above expected. On the other side of the matchup, the Sens are spiraling, and it starts with Linus Ullmark, who ranks 66th in that same stat, with a minus 5.7 goals saved above expected. Ottawa's lost 5 straight games and have allowed 3 or more goals in all of them, and Ullmark himself has allowed 4 or more 6 times in 12 starts. Moving on to the Jets, it's a huge central matchup for Winnipeg as they take on the Wild. Despite the Jets' hot start, they're just 4 points ahead of the Wild for first in their division, and Winnipeg has lost 3 of their last 5. To make matters worse, it looks like Kirill the Thrill will be back this game. The Hart Trophy frontrunner is 2nd in the league in points with 34, and he has more games with 3 points this season than he does with 1. And those of you in the Jets region can catch the game on TSN at 7 Central. Time enough, my favorite segment and yours, that we love sports today.
Why we love sports today.
And we've seen our fair share of clips from the track, but this one might be the best because it's the epitome of never giving up. I mean, the lead definitely helped. Also, like, how slow are those other girls? I don't know. I feel like she was racing against me or something. Well done. That's a life lesson for you. You fall, you get back for more, okay? That was just a fast reaction time. I feel as though she was racing against girls like me, though, who just aren't fast, period. Now, if you're a teacher, there's one thing you probably shouldn't do, and that's guarantee your students a perfect mark if someone were to make the shot of their life. Incredible. Banking off the wall too? I don't know. I feel like if you got a decent arm, you could make that. Have you ever been to a Red Sox game? Those guys tossing peanuts into the stands? They could do that. It's not that hard. Pleased now to be joined by Kashawn Aitcheson from the Barrie Colts. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
The CHL USA Prospects Challenge is just around the corner. What excites you most about this opportunity?
Yeah, I think it's obviously super exciting playing against a bunch of top prospects and, a bunch of great players. And I think the competitiveness and the skill level is kind of exciting me.
All right, we've seen a few of your goals and goal celebrations. So now I'm going to get you to blind rank some of those sellies. We've got 5 of them here, and we're going to start with the classic jumping into the boards.
I would have to say 4.
Nice. Next up, one we've seen you do a few times. Let's go with silencing the crowd.
I'd have to say that's a 1.
Ooh, that's bold going number 1 just after the second one. You don't even know what's coming next. I love it. Next up, the glove thing. You know when you skate by the bench and flick your wrist?
Yeah, I think I do that every time. Probably a 3.
All right, we're going with an average on that. Like it? Okay, 3 I think is fair on that one. Next up, another classic. You score your goal, you drop down to one knee, and you fist pump. Where are we putting that one?
2.
Okay, a classic and a favorite from you. Last one, and it's a pretty cool one. We've seen you do it a few times. It's the belt celebration, but I guess it has to go at number 5.
Yeah, I guess so, but that was a good one too, yeah.
A tough celly to pull off, but when you do, it looks sweet. Kashawn, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck in the Prospects Challenge. We're wishing you all the best in the future as well.
Thank you, yeah.
And you can catch the 2024 CHL USA Prospects Challenge on TSN beginning Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. That's it for me today. We'll see you back tomorrow at 3 Eastern, no Pacific. Have a good one.